we had kind of thought we had made a historic compromise early on in this. And basically the swap was, okay, we wanted merit for a long time, we want core competencies, whatever. We said, okay, so the trade-off for that is moving through the progression in a reasonable amount of time. Your proposal doesn't do that, so the whole deal is now falling apart. We're going to put something on the table. It's going to be a 1 year, no core competency, and a 4% GWI, since you were willing to pay 5, and we took concessions last year. I don't think that's actually the best way to move ahead, but we're kind of forced into that position.
And there's no willingness to consider a 2% GWI with a higher amount for the progression?
No, look, I mean, here's the major factors here. It's, call it what you may, it is a merit thing. And we're willing to accept that, because the police have that, but the police are getting 3.5 every year. But of course, we can't get 3.5 because we're not police, correct?
Correct.
Fire is getting even more. So we want to break that. We want to destroy that whole concept that there is not equality here for every. There is not consistency in the pay bands. In departments, there's no consistent policy going on a number of issues. We thought this was a move to get consistency. And we thought that we had agreed upon a basis to do this. Well, we did our part. You got your piece. We didn't get our piece, which was moving through the progression in a timely fashion. And in fact, taking less in progression than we did 2 years ago and 3 years ago, on top of making concessions last year when it turned out we really didn't have to. We were responsible players, and you have to admit that. We're still trying to be responsible players. True. Just take a look at your fire progression. Goes from 4% to 6% if you're in a certain seniority bracket. So please don't say
No.
you want to be consistent because you're not being consistent.
I should say with this unit.
Well, that's what we're saying. When you talk about equity, there's external equity. What are other people doing? There's internal equity. And every time people look, they said police and fire have this.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
And it's not a market thing either, because that's wildly different under police and fire, because I checked all that all over the place too. So you don't want to be consistent with all the employees in the city, is that correct?
Are you talking Kristen Mori, or are you talking?
No, that was like a leading stupid
Right.
question, but I don't mean to do that.
I will tell you no.
You started out, I thought fairly, so I'm going to stay fair, but
Yeah.
that is not the same.
No.
And they're not
Police-
apples and
yeah.
oranges, they're all employees.
They are. I will tell you that with police and fire, absolutely, they have different pay structures. Those pay structures are, they are based a lot on the market. I haven't seen any, at least around this area, that are not in a very similar pay structure as steps and GWI. Fire and police, that is a piece that has not changed in, I don't know how many years, but yes, there is a difference between the sworn employees and the non-sworn employees.
Yeah, I was just looking at rank and file. So
No, I
anyways,
mean,
there is not consistency